Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Happy New Year and welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we resolve to help you make and keep the right kind of New Year's resolutions. Then, as we welcome 2017, are you anxious about your investments? We'll make time for a market update. It's still fun to play at the YMCA. We'll point out programs that engage older adults. Plus, there's a new approach for improvement in Alzheimer's patients. We'll tell you about this transforming treatment. And we'll look at some loopy laws to remember as you retire.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. The new year and every birthday reminds us that we're getting older and we can know issues that there are certain new issues that arise as we age. So what can you do differently this year to maintain your independence as you mature? Nancy Martin has some revealing resolutions to suggest. Nancy is Vice President, Population Health and Quality at Medical Mutual of Ohio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I don't think anybody's going to be surprised that the first thing on your list is exercise, right?
Right. So the important thing to remember is no matter what your health status and no matter what your age, lack of physical activity can actually hurt your health. So it's important to stay active and, if possible, consider an exercise regimen.
Okay, yeah, exercise. Yeah, so far I'm not good. How much physical activity are we actually talking about?
Okay, well, for older Americans, it is suggested to have 2 hours and 30 minutes of moderately intensive aerobic exercise per week. Or if you do intense aerobic exercise, such as running, then 1 hour and 15 minutes per week. Mm-hmm. It's also required and suggested to combine that with at least 2 days a week of muscle exercises.
Okay, weight-bearing kind of
exactly
weights and working your muscles. Okay. You know, it's only 2 hours and 30 minutes a week, but I can't meet it, so it sounds like a big commitment.
So, and that's what lots of people think. In fact, the CDC says that 60% of Americans don't meet those minimum requirements. And it's having that feeling that it's a big commitment that can actually turn into a barrier to getting the right exercise.
So how do you get through that barrier?
Well, the first thing is to recognize what the barriers are. So first of all, it's time and convenience. So we suggest that people incorporate exercise into their everyday activities, such as walking your dog or parking in the furthest parking space away from the store. Mm-hmm. Another barrier can be not getting enough support from friends and family. So we suggest to share your goals with your friends and family so they can be part of your support system and hold you accountable.
Make you go out there and do it.
Exactly.
So if number one is exercise, I can bet eating right is second on the list.
Of course, and we all know we need to eat right. So we probably don't need to say too much about that except recognize that we know what to do. It's mainly the energy and the motivation that will get us through that. The good news is the same diet that helps your heart also helps your brain, your metabolism, and even your skin.
Wow, all right, so multi-purpose.
Yes.
Next thing is getting enough sleep.
So that always sounds good, and this is pretty basic. Getting less than 6.5 hours of sleep a night can actually cause both physical and mental health risks.
So get your shut-eye.
Yes.
And finally, staying socially active. That sounds like fun.
It is fun. So studies have shown that staying socially active as you get older can actually prevent or delay dementia. So it's important to keep having lunch with your friends and going to your card groups. If if you are losing your independence and can't get about as easily, then consider online communities, online book clubs. And the other tidbit is to try to learn something every day. Keep your brain active.
Keep it having to remember things.
Yes.
Excellent advice. All of these resolutions have a few things in common. Not only will they make us healthier, they'll make us happier, and they'll allow us to enjoy our independence for as long as possible. My thanks to Nancy for recommending resolutions that are right on as we age.
Find out more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by visiting www.medmutual.com/go or call 1-844-606-5387. Next, to Market. But first, Happy New Year! But if last night's drinking led to this morning's distress, which of the following will actually help heal your hangover? A. Hair of the dog, another drink. B. A big greasy breakfast. C. A cup of coffee. Or D. Sleeping it off. We'll spell out the answer when we return.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Your brain and your body will be happy if you D. Sleep off your hangover, since lack of sleep makes your symptoms more severe.
Many times as we greet the new year, we look back at the one just passed and review its ups and its downs. Jim Lineweaver is here today to do just that, though he's going to take stock of last year's market and what it could mean for 2017. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. So welcome back to the show.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thanks.
There are so many economic areas that you have to worry about. For example, interest rates.
Yep. Well, about a month ago, they went up. So for only the second time since 2006, we had a rate increase. So they've increased the federal funds rate a quarter of 1% or 0.25 basis points. And so most people aren't going to really feel that too much. But if you have any variable interest rates, so it could be a car payment that could be variable, could be your equity line of credit, it might be some student loans, things along that nature. Those are going to go up a little bit, so you'll have a little less in your pocket to spend. But for the most part, the Fed has been very cautious in raising rates because the economy really hasn't gotten going, the way they'd like it to be.
Okay. So, and what about what's been happening out in the world? How does that affect things?
That's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So it started back in 2015 when China didn't do well at all, and you saw a global sell-off. And what that did is that carried into January of 2016, where we had the worst January on record in the history of the stock market.
Oh boy.
And that was only a year ago. And then what ended up happening is you had the European Union exiting the European. And what ended up happening is then you saw on June 24th, you saw the largest single point drop in the history of the stock market. There was over $2 trillion taken out of the stock market on that day. And actually, following that, we saw it go down to $3 trillion. So it was big volatility. And then what happened was it was short-lived. It was sprung back. They said, oh, what's going on in the EU really is a longer-term play and shouldn't be that much of an impact. So the markets recovered, and then you got up to the election, and we saw a lot more volatility.
Crazy elections. So, and that made things go a little bit up and down again.
It did. That was more than being a reality show. It actually affected the stock market quite a bit. Wow. And what ended up happening is that night, if you were watching the elections, the Dow futures were down as low as 800 points, and then when the market opened up the next day, and by the time it closed, it was up almost 300. So you had an 1,100 point swing within 24 hours.
Wow.
And then since then, through the end of the year, you had a good run up in both the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 in equity-based markets, thinking that, there could be some hope that if Trump can get even a percentage of what he wants to get accomplished, that it might mean some good things for the economy.
Does Congress have any impact?
Well, Not yet, but the thought that now the Republicans control the House and the Senate and obviously the presidency, that they might be able to get more things passed and not so much gridlock. So that's the thinking that there might be a little bit more of infrastructure plays, things along that nature that could do well.
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen going forward now?
Well, more volatility. So what ends up happening is that you should hopefully, if we can get some of the deregulation, if we can get some of the foreign money repatriated back to the United States and companies can, put that back into research spending and expanding their businesses and things along that nature. We do expect a couple more interest rates next year if the economy does get back on its feet. So be careful if you're having bonds or fixed income because they're going to be very interest rate sensitive. So you got to be very careful. So you can't just go into it with blinders on, but pay attention to the economic data and you should be able to adjust your portfolio accordingly.
And you've got some information coming up that will help people.
We do. We're going to get a lot more detailed. So if they'd like, there's a free education program on Tuesday, January 10th at 1 p.m. in our Valley View office, and also Thursday, January 12th at 6 p.m.
All right, go there for more information. To have a happy financial new year, you need to understand the past and the present as you look into the future. For help, attend one of Jim's seminars or give him a call. The number is coming up next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, why the YMCA is just right for YOU. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Are you ready to ride in an RV? Then don't miss America's largest indoor recreational vehicle show, the Ohio RV Super Show at the IX Center, January 4th through the 8th. Plan a great getaway while getting more than a glimpse of the newest RVs on the road, all under one roof. To drive home the details, visit www.ohioRVshow.com.
Are you or do you want to be an active older adult? Then the YMCA wants YOU. Lonnie Beverly is here to put us through our paces on why the Y has special services for seniors. Lonnie is the Active Older Adult Director for the YMCA of Greater Cleveland. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Why go to the Y for if you're an older adult?
Because we focus on overall healthy living for all of our active older adults. This includes group exercise classes, food classes, pickleball, all kinds of fun things, and also offers things that offer socialization and independent living.
So it's not just exercise, it's all of these things. So let's talk about a few of the options. First, eating and exercising.
Yes, well, those are the two that everybody knows about. Our eating, we offer classes that teach you how to eat, or more or less maybe cooking for one or cooking on a budget. How do we eat healthy with what we have? The other is that we really are focused on meeting people where they are in their exercise routine. So we have classes, Silver Sneakers, which many are really familiar with. And then we have things like Fitness After 50, Tai Chi, yoga stretch. We also have aquatic classes, warm water pool swimming, so people can feel comfortable. We meet you where you are, and then we make you smile, enjoy what you're doing.
And you're there every day of the year, right?
Well, every day except a couple holidays, a handful, 360 days a year.
We wouldn't want to be there anyway.
No way. We also have branches that cover as far as from Geauga all the way to Vermilion, so we really we cover a large span.
All right, and the rest of the aspects of healthy living, aside from the food and exercise, which is maybe number one, what else can you help out with?
Well, we really try to focus on some of the mental aspects, some trivia games or perhaps memory games. We like to offer some one-on-one tutoring, so to speak, with some technology of devices so that people feel comfortable and familiar. We also have classes that allow you to meet new friends, because so often we have a lot of isolationism that happens as we age. So these classes allow you to make new friends and perhaps make some friends that you don't want to have, but most likely you're going to be able to go on bus trips, you're going to be able to go to lunch and learns, all kinds of really great things. And the reason why we focus on those components as well, because it's about independent living. When our seniors and our active older adults live independently, they live longer on their own. And we focus a lot about balance and it's about fall prevention.
Oh, yeah.
And
Big
that,
problem.
believe it or not, is more about safety than whether or not your locks on your doors work. And then we also focus a lot on strength training and making our AOAs stronger. And the reason why is because things in your house weigh a lot of weight. I have ladies that love to pick up 1 and 2 pound weights every time they come into the Y. But the fact of the matter is, a gallon of milk or a can of soup weighs more than that. And they say all the time, I can't lift those, but I've been known to pull out a scale and start weighing pocketbooks, and that will certainly make them pick up a heavier weight because most of them weigh 8 to 10 pounds.
Oh boy, yeah, I bet mine does. You also have some special programs, Live Strong and Diabetes Prevention.
Yes.
So
Live
what are
Strong
those?
is a 12-week program for any cancer survivor. So it doesn't matter if you were diagnosed with cancer yesterday or 15 years ago. You meet 2 times a week in a small group with 2 personal trainers, and we get you stronger. It's about reclaiming and getting back to where you want to be and helping you recover from some of the treatment, and it is at no cost.
Oh, that's great. How
Absolutely.
about the diabetes one?
The diabetes prevention program is the only one of its kind. It's a lifestyle course. It's meant to really help you change your lifestyle before you're diagnosed as a diabetic. So
Prevention. Then.
Yes, it is absolutely a preventative course. It's 16 weeks for the first part, and then we keep meeting for the full year, but it's about making lifestyle changes in your eating and your exercise so that you can keep going and live independently away from medications.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. No wonder we want to go to the Y. There's exercise, bus trips, even pickleball, and more. The YMCA of Greater Cleveland makes it easy to be an active older adult. To find out more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Lonnie Beverly for inspiring us to be active today.
Learn more by calling the YMCA of Greater Cleveland at 216-263-6835 or visit www.clevelandymca.org. Up next, learning to lessen the symptoms of dementia. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness. Today I'm here to show you how to work those triceps in the back of the arm, the ever important muscles that help us push the shopping cart and even the shovel this time of year. You ready to go?
Oh, no more shoveling.
That's right. All right. So we're going to do a single arm overhead extension. We're going to start by cradling the dumbbell at the back side. Make sure your arm stays straight up above your head. You want your bicep to be right next to your ear. From here, simply drop it down to about a 90-degree angle and then extend straight back up. We're looking for 12 to 15. You want your elbow pointed forward as much as possible. Slow and steady and breathe. How you doing?
Good. I just don't want to drop the dumbbell.
Yeah, don't drop. You don't want to hit yourself. Make sure you keep fluid motion. Excellent. All right, everybody, 12 to 15 repetitions. Make sure you do both sides. And now it's your turn to get up and go. Looks good.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
Alzheimer's disease is challenging for the one diagnosed with it and for the loved ones trying to care for them. But there is a unique approach to treating the day-to-day symptoms of dementia that has had remarkable results. And there's only one place in our area where you'll find it. Cheryl Soretta is here to tell us about this life-changing learning program. Cheryl is the Vice President and Chief Advancement Officer at Eliza Jennings. So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now we know of Eliza Jennings for assisted living, nursing home care, rehab, even independent living. So where does the Alzheimer's program really fit in?
Well, we've had memory care programs since 1989. We now have 3 locations, and we now offer CITO learning at all 3 locations. So it really is an enhancement of the services we've provided for many years.
Okay, so tell us what the CITO learning program is.
CITO learning is a cognitive therapy. We learned of this therapy from Kumon Institute for Education in Osaka, Japan. They came to Cleveland looking for an organization that would be interested in conducting a trial to see whether CITO learning actually worked with older adults living in the United States. Kumon had been practicing CITO learning, called learning therapy in Japan, for a number of years, now 14 years, in more than 1,600 nursing homes with about 18,000 older adults, and showing some real progress and success.
Okay, so you opened it up here in the United States.
Correct.
How does it work?
It works with a staff member called a supporter, working with 2 older adults suffering from Alzheimer's disease or other dementias. The older adults are called learners. There are 30-minute sessions, a minimum of 5 days per week. They work with simple math, reading, and discussion. There's something called a number board, and it's amazing the results that we see from these older adults.
Wow. Is this a cure for dementia?
It's not a cure. It really is a therapy, and what it does is help to improve the symptoms of dementia.
Okay. So what is being exhibited? So how about their independence and being able to take care of their daily activities?
Well, what we've seen in the trial we conducted back in 2011, it was a 6-month trial, and almost every single adult who participated in the trial on the intervention side, actually receiving cytal learning therapy, improved. And what we saw were improvements in their activities of daily living, such as bathing, eating, dressing, those kinds of things. We actually saw older adults who were able to remember family names that they had once lost. And they also, some began practicing activities that they had once engaged in, like knitting and reading, and it was just tremendous for them, improving their lifestyle, but also improving the lives of their caregivers and family members.
Is this a short-term program, or does this pretty much go on for lifetime then?
You know, it's a therapy that has to be consistent, practiced ongoing, and once you stop, you begin to lose the impact of the therapy. It's just like exercising your muscles. If you stop exercising, you lose what you've gained. It's the same thing in exercising your brain.
So if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
That's exactly right.
All right. The cytal learning program at Eliza Jennings is offering help and hope to those suffering from dementia and their families. To find out more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Cheryl Sereda for teaching us about this promising and positive learning program.
Thank you.
Thanks.
To find out more, call Eliza Jennings at 216-226-0282 or visit their website, www.elizajennings.org. Next, random rules that could wreck your retirement.
Right now, proton therapy, a revolutionary treatment for many types of cancer, is available for the first time in Ohio and only at University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. That's the future of cancer care. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center. Right now, the trusted experts of University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center and the most advanced cancer-fighting technologies are in 17 community locations. That's leading-edge care where you're most comfortable. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance, because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back with a few outlandish laws that forbid good old-fashioned fun. As you plan for your retirement and your Act 3, it just might be time to try to realize your lifelong dreams. You've put them off long enough, now you actually have the time. Great idea, but please be sure to follow the law when you do. There are some crazy laws on the books that might just put a damper on your plans. Here to explain is my crazy law partner, Mike Solomon. So I know there's a lot of laws and regulations out there on the books that are for the public good, but you say there might also be laws that are enacted that might be kind of crazy and not for the public good.
Yeah, no, before I begin, I want to mention that we've done detailed research on the web. We got all this off the web, so you know it has to be true,
It
right?
absolutely must be.
So, for example, if you plan on retirement in North Carolina, be very careful, because if you play bingo for more than 5 hours in a row, you've broken the law.
Oh, man.
Also, and this would impact me, if you sing off key, that breaks the law in North Carolina, so you don't want to do that either.
Me too. Those are kind of silly. Any laws that would affect dream vacation plans?
Well, if you want to go out west, let's say to Wyoming, and you want to take pictures, of rabbits, you need a permit from January through April, or you're breaking the law if you take a picture of a rabbit. If you go to Alaska, you're on this nice cruise, it gets a little cold, you want to go to get a drink at a bar, you cannot be drunk in a bar. Actually, that also makes a little bit of sense to me.
Yeah, that kind of does.
If you have a sweet tooth, you can't go to the state of Washington because it's illegal to have a lollipop when you're in the state of Washington. Also, as an aside, you can't harass Bigfoot. So if you run into Bigfoot, you have to be very nice to Bigfoot in the state of Washington.
Yeah, I would think that's where we're going to see him too. How about Florida? Lots of folks retire to Florida. What's wrong there?
Well, Florida discriminates against unmarried women, so you cannot parachute in Florida on Sundays if you're an unmarried woman. So be very careful about that. They do have some protections. They protect your right of free speech and a right to a jury trial. They also protect pregnant pigs. They can't be caged in a cage. So pregnant pigs are also protected in Florida.
Wow.
And no matter how much your children irritate you in Florida, it's against the law to sell them, though I think that would be anywhere, wouldn't it? I don't know.
That probably is true everywhere. How about right here in the city of Cleveland?
Well, Cleveland has a morality law, so it's against the law for women to wear patent leather shoes, because the reflection, so for reasons that I'm not going to get into.
And you've never been guilty of that, have you?
No,
okay. So as you plan your Act 3 bucket list of dreams, be sure to keep these laws in mind. You wouldn't want to spend your golden years in the clink. For more crazy laws, look for the new issue of Boomer and Beyond magazine, available free everywhere, or call Mike at the number coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, learn how a task force is helping to fight fraud and keep you from being conned in Cuyahoga County. Then, the Cavs had a very special season back in the 70s. We'll revisit the miracle of Richfield. Want a beautiful smile in 2017? We resolve to help you. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.